Morning all of you. Today we are going to start a new lesson, coordinate geometry. In last year we have learned coordinate geometry. There you have learned about axis, x-axis and y-axis. Here I have marked x dash or x as x-axis and y or y dash as y-axis. Let us see how to plot the points on this graph. Here at the right side of x-axis we have all positive values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 etc. At an interval of 1 unit in between. Now here at the left side of x-axis we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4 etc. On y-axis here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 etc. all positive numbers. Just below the x-axis we have on the y-axis negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4 etc. So in order to plot the points, if I am just marking a point here, what are the coordinates of this point? Look at this. This is 3. Actually it is 3. First x coordinate we have to write. So from 3, that is 1, 2, 3 units we are moving. 3 here we have. This is also 3. This is actually the point here denotes 3, 3. Now if I take a point here, this x coordinate will be 3 and y coordinate will be 0. You have learned this. If I take a point here, what does it become? So this is x coordinate will be 3 and y coordinate will be negative 2. This is how, where the meeting place from x-axis and from y-axis they meet at a point. So from x it is 3, from y it is negative 2. First coordinate is x coordinate, second coordinate is y coordinate. So here in this quadrant, if I take a point, let us mark this point. So its x coordinate is negative 5, y coordinate is negative 3. Here we have to mark as negative 5, negative 3. Here in this quadrant, if I mark a point here, what is it? It is x coordinate negative 3, y coordinate 1, negative 3, 1. This is how we can mark points on the coordinate axis or Cartesian plane. On this, for example, on y-axis if you mark a point, this point, what is its x coordinate? It will be 0. From x-axis it is 0 and y coordinate is negative 5. Now for example this point, this is 0, negative 2, 0, negative 2. Now let us take a point here. This is 0, 4. So all the points on the y-axis having x coordinate 0, you can see this. Negative 5 means 0, negative 5. Negative 6 means 0, negative 6 on the y-axis. Whereas on the x-axis you can see x coordinate will be there, y coordinate will be 0. This point for example, 6 is the x coordinate and y coordinate is 0. If it is 6, this point it will be 6, negative 2. Now about the quadrants. This is called the first quadrant. This is our second quadrant. This is third quadrant and this is fourth quadrant. You also have to use a graph and plot these points. Mark the quadrant. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Now let us revise what we have learned. In the first quadrant, x coordinate will be positive, y coordinate also will be positive. X coordinate positive, y coordinate positive. Positive, positive. First one is x coordinate, second one is y coordinate. Both positive. In the second quadrant you can see x coordinate is negative, y coordinate is positive. So it is negative, positive. In the second quadrant, negative, positive. In the third quadrant, you can see both negative. X coordinate negative, y coordinate also negative. Both are negative. Now comes fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, we have positive, negative. You can see positive, x coordinate, negative, y coordinate. This is how it comes. And let us see what you have learned now. The coordinate geometry in which the distance of a point from y-axis is called its x-coordinate or abscissa. Distance of a point from y-axis is called its x-coordinate. For example, the same graph itself. The same graph. Distance of point from y-axis to this point. Distance from y-axis, it is 3 units. That is the x-coordinate. For example, this point if I mark this point, I can mark it as 2, -3, 2, -3. So distance of point from y-axis to this point from y-axis 1, 2. 2 units you have to move. That is the distance. That is called x-coordinate. Distance from y-axis is called x-coordinate and also it is called abscissa. The term is abscissa. X-coordinate is called abscissa. Here 3 is abscissa, -3 abscissa, -5 you can see as abscissa. Here 3, 0. It is 3 abscissa. 3 unit, 1, 2, 3 unit from y-axis. So x-coordinate is called abscissa. Same way, distance of point from x-axis is called its y-coordinate or ordinate. From x-axis, for example, to this point. This is x-axis. To this point, 1 unit you have to move. 1 unit. That is called y-coordinate. To this point, 1, 2, 3. 3 unit from x-axis. That is called y-coordinate. To this point, 3, -2. 1, 2. 2 unit from x-axis. That is the y-coordinate. Y-coordinate is also called as ordinate. Ordinate. Now, already I mentioned the coordinates of point on x-axis are of the form x0. For example, this point, this one on x-axis, it is 1, 0, 2, 2, 0, 3, 3, 0. So, any point on x-axis is x0 and of a point on y-axis are of the form 0y. For example, y-axis number 3. Here number 3 is 0, 3. Number 7, it is 0, 7. Here it is of the form 0y. Y coordinate will be there if it is on the y-axis. Here we are going to learn distance formula. It's very important. For distance formula, let us consider 2 points P, x1, y1. Point P is having coordinate x coordinate x1, y coordinate y1. Point Q is having coordinate x2, y2. x2, y2. So these are the 2 points. What is the distance between these 2 points? We are going to find out. Let us do this. First, what we have to do is we have to drop a perpendicular to OX. To x-axis, I am going to draw a perpendicular. Okay. Similarly, from Q also, I am going to draw a perpendicular to x-axis. Let us join this P and Q. That is the distance to be found out. In units, we have to find out. So, PQ is the distance to be found out. Now, this is the point R. We will mark it as R. This as S. Okay. So, here we are going to draw a perpendicular to QS. For the line QS, we are going to draw a perpendicular. That is PT. PT perpendicular to QS we have drawn. Now, how to find out this? First, you have to write the derivation, children. This is not yet asked, but you have to study. Consider 2 points. Consider 2 points P x1, y1 and q x2, y2. Always points in capital letters we will represent. Q x2, y2. So what we have drawn? Draw PR and QS. Look at this, PR and QS. PR and QS perpendicular to x-axis. We have drawn perpendicular to x-axis. Draw PT. Next we have drawn PT perpendicular to QS. So we know Pythagoras theorem. Here also we are going to use Pythagoras theorem in order to find out this hypotenuse PQ. Look at this right triangle. Here we have a right triangle PQT. How to find out PQ? That is our question. We have to find out PQ. How to find out PQ? In Pythagoras theorem we know that PQ square is equal to PT square plus QT square. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. So let us find out each value. What is this PT? What is this QT, etc. Is this PT equal to RS? So let this be the first equation according to Pythagoras theorem. We have to write according to Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Now let us find out what is PT, QT, etc. Is this PT equal to RS? We know that PT equal to RS. What is RS equal to? With respect to axis we have to get. What is RS equal to if we consider OS and OR? OS minus OR. That is our RS. RS equal to OS minus OR. See again, RS, this length is equal to OS minus OR. From the origin we are measuring. Okay. So what does this OS means? It is the distance to S from the y-axis. From y-axis the distance is called, always it is called x coordinate. So isn't it x2? OS is x2. That is the distance from y-axis to S. OS is x2. X coordinate x2 minus OR. It is the distance from y-axis to R. That is x coordinate. It is x1. So we got PT now and QT we are going to find out. What is this QT equal to? QT with respect to QS and TS. With respect to x-axis, what is this QT? Isn't it QS minus TS? QS minus TS. What is QS? Look at QS. QS is a distance from x-axis. Distance from x-axis is always its y coordinate. We can write it as y2. TS means TS is equal to PR. TS is equal to PR. It is the distance from x-axis to P. So that is the y coordinate y1. So we got QT equal to y2 minus y1. So let us substituting in first equation. Substituting in equation 1 we get PQ square is equal to PT square. PT is x2 minus x1. PT square means whole square plus QT is y2 minus y1. QT square is y2 minus y1 whole square. So we have to find out PQ only, not PQ square. So taking root on both the sides, we get PQ is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. I'll repeat, PQ distance equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Therefore, distance between the points P x1 y1 and Q x2 y2 is PQ is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is called distance formula. This distance formula all of you have to study. Distance formula is, we will be having two coordinate x1 y1 and x2 y2. We have to take square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Here we have a simple question. We start with exercise 7.1. First question, find the distance between the following pairs of points. First question, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let us mark it as x1, y1. They are our coordinate. Here second coordinate is x2, y2. Second point is having coordinate x2, y2. So let us consider the distance. Distance is equal to, what is the formula? Square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Just substitution only. By checking these values, you can substitute x2 4 minus x1 2 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square 1 minus 3 whole square. That's equal to, first you have to take 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 square plus 1 minus 3 is negative 2 whole square. That's equal to square root of 2 square is 4 plus negative 2 square is also 4. Negative 2 into negative 2. That is positive 4. Isn't it root 8? How to split this root 8? Isn't it root 4 into root 2? 4 into 2, that is root 4 into root 2. Root 4 we know. What is root 4? It is 2 and then left with the root 2. 2 root 2 is the value. Here we have the second question. Negative 5, 7, negative 1, 3. First one is x1, y1. Second one x2, y2. Okay, using the formula and substituting, distance is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Substitute the value. x2 is negative 1 minus, be careful, negative 1 minus x1 is negative 5. This is how, be careful, plus y2 minus y1, 3 minus 7 whole square. This is equal to square root of, write one more step, minus of minus plus 5 whole square plus 3 minus, this will become negative 4. This means 3 plus negative 7. 3 plus negative 7 is negative 4. It's a whole square. Now comes the next step. Negative 1 plus 5 is positive 4. 4 square. 4 square is 16 plus negative 4 square is also 16. Negative into negative positive. Positive 16. That's equal to square root of 32. What is this? How to simplify? 32 means, isn't it 16 into 2? That means you are taking a square number. So that root 16 into root 2. You can split the root. Root 16 is 4. 4 root 2 here we have. Third question we have A, B, negative A, negative B. All of you do now. It's x1, y1, x2, y2. Therefore, distance is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That's equal to, substitute the value, x2 is negative a minus x1 is positive a square plus y2 negative b minus positive b square. So what do we get now? Negative a. This is negative a plus negative a. That is negative 2a. Negative a plus negative a is negative 2a. Both are like term. Add it and give the same sign. Its square comes plus negative b plus negative b. Negative 2b. Its whole square become... Here we have to take square of both the numbers. Negative 2 square. Negative 2 into negative 2 is positive 4a square. Plus negative 2 into negative 2 positive 4b square. Now let us take square root of 4 into a square plus b square here we have. We can separate the root, children. 4 into root 4 into square root of a square plus b square. By which law? Root of a into b equal to root a into root b. By using this we can do root a into root b. In multiplication and in division we can separate. So this become root 4 is 2. So the answer is, don't separate the addition. Okay, root a square plus root b square we cannot write. Square root of a square plus b square. If it is multiplication or division, you can separate it. So the answer is 2 into square root of a square plus b square. Let us see the next question. Find the distance between the point 0, 0 and 36, 15. So distance is equal to, now everybody knows the formula. It's simple. Root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now substitute the value. x2 is 36 minus x1 0 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. 36 minus 0, 36 itself. 36 square plus 15 square it is. 36 into 36. What is 36 into 36? It is 1296 plus 15 into 15, 225. Add both. What do we get? When we add, we are getting 1521 under the root. Don't you know how to find out square root of this? You have learned already. 1521. Okay. Group it like this. Choose the number 3 times. 3 3's 9 comes. Subtract. We are getting 6. Bring down both the number. Take the double of it. 3 into 2, 6. Choose a number here. By choosing 9. 69 into 9. We are getting 621. Subtract and you are getting 0. So square root of 1521 equal to 39. 39 units we can say. 39 units. Third question, determine if the points 1, 5, 2, 3 and negative 2, negative 11 are collinear. So what is meant by collinear? If these 3 points, for example, let us have A here, B here and C here. So I can say that these 3 points are collinear. Point A, B, C are on the same line. What is the condition for collinearity? Here if it is 5 centimeter, if it is 6 centimeter, what is AB plus BC now? 5 plus 6, it is 11. So AB equal to 5 units. BC equal to 6 unit. So our AC equal to 5 plus 6 is 11. How do we get that? AC will be equal to AB plus BC. So this is the condition for collinearity. AB plus BC. AB distance plus BC distance. Sum of these two distances equal to the total distance. If these 3 points A, B and C are collinear. So here what do we check? We have to find out what is AB, what is BC and what is AC. If it is AC equal to AB plus BC, we can say that these 3 points are collinear. Otherwise, they are not collinear. So let us find out each value. Each distance we will find out now. First let us find out what is AB equal to. What is AB equal to? AB equal to square root of, first we will write formula x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That's equal to square root of AB. This is our x1, y1, x2, y2. So x2 is 2 minus x1, 1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. x1, y1, x2, y2. y2 minus y1 is 3 minus 5 whole square. This is equal to square root of 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 square is 1 itself. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. This means 3 plus negative 5. Negative 2. Negative 2 square is 4. Negative 2 into negative 2 is positive 4 we are getting. So we got the answer root 5. Root 5 value everybody knows, it is 2.236 we are getting. Okay, now let us find out what is BC. Those who don't know, just do the division and find out. BC, B is or B is 2, 3 and C is negative 2, negative 11. BC. Now let us find out what is BC. What is BC now? Square root of, now once already we have written the formula, just to let us substitute. X2 is negative 2 minus x1 is 2 whole square plus y2 is negative 11 minus y1 is 3 whole square. This is equal to negative 2 minus 2, negative 4. It's a whole square plus negative 14 whole square. What is that equal to? Square root of 4 4s are 16. It is 16 plus 14 into 14. What is 14 into 14? 196. What is the sum of those two? 16 plus 196. Isn't it 212? For 212 also we have to find out the square root. What do we get? Square root of 212. How do we get? 1's place and 10's place together, then leaving 100's place. So 1 comes, subtract, both you have to bring down, double of it, 2 comes, choose the number. Let us have 4 now, that you have to multiply and see. 24 into 4, 4 4s are 16, 1 remainder, 4 2s 8 plus 1 9 we have. So it is subtract now. Okay, 16 we are getting, 14 point, decimal you can give, bring zeros then, you can give zeros. Okay, now 4's double, 4 into 2 is 8, 2 as it is, choose another number. So this decimal here we have to give. So 14 point, now let us choose 5 here, 5 also here. So 5 5s are 25, 8 5s are 40 plus 2, 42, 4 comes remainder, 5 2s 10, 10 plus 4 is 14 here we have. Subtract again. 175 we are getting. So again 00. Here you can have any number of zeros. 00 we are bringing down. After 5 we'll be getting the point 6 I think. So 6 times. So 5 double is 10 here we have. For here it is 10 here. 1 remainder 9 it will become. Then this is 2. The last number 6 I am going to choose. With this 6 we will be getting this almost. So this answer will be 14.56 here we have. So we got AB and BC. Let us see what is AC equal to now. AC is equal to square root of. What is our A? A is 15. C is negative 2, negative 11. So let us find out what is AC. x2 minus x1, negative 2 minus 1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 whole square plus negative 11 minus 5, negative 16 whole square. Let us take the square of this. What do we get as a square? Negative 3 square, we will be getting it as positive 9. Negative 16 square, negative 16 into negative 16, it is 256. Add both. What do we get when we add? We are getting 265. 265 also, you have to find out the square root in the same way. We are getting it equal to 16.27. So you have to do the square root in the working column. So let us see now AB plus BC. I am going to find out what is AB plus BC. AB is 2.236 plus BC is 14.56. Add it now. Isn't it 16.796? 16.796. Is it AC equal to 16.27? Is it not equal to 16.27? 16.27. What do you understand from this? Here AB plus BC we got as 16.796, whereas AC is 16.27. A wide difference is there. It is not equal. So as the last step we will write AB plus BC not equal to AC. Therefore they are non-collinear. They are non-collinear. Therefore, they are non-collinear. They are not on the same line. Let us discuss the fourth question. Check whether 5, -2, 6, 4 and 7, -2 are the vertices of an isosceles triangle. First, you have to understand the condition for isosceles triangle. In order to form a triangle, the points, 3 points should not be on the same line. They shouldn't be non-collinear. So, they should be non-collinear. That means AB plus BC should not be equal to AC. AB plus BC should not be equal to AC. That should be the first condition, non-collinearity. Then for isosceles, two sides should be equal. That means anyway we have to find out these sides. These 3 sides we have to find out. Here for these points they haven't marked A, B, C. So let us mark it as, let the given points be, we will write it like this. Let the given points be, first one A 5, -2, B 6, 4 and C 7, -2. Let us find out each side. AB is equal to square root of. For the first one you have to write the formula x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root. That's equal to square root of x2 minus x1 for AB. This is x2 y2. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 is 4 minus y1 is -2. Be careful when both minus comes. Square root of 6 minus 5 is 1 square plus 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 6 square. That's equal to square of 1 plus 6 6 are 36. So here we are getting root 37. Root 37. Similarly, let us find out what is BC. Under the square root we have BC. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. While copying the numbers, don't change it. 7 minus 6, 1 square plus, this is also -6, the whole square we can see. This is 1 plus 36 again equal to root 37. By seeing these two equal, don't be satisfied. You have to prove that they are non-collinear, then show that these two sides are equal. So let us find out AC also. AC, first coordinate for it is A x1 y1, C x2 y2. So x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. 7 minus 5, 2 square plus -2 plus 2. -2 plus 2 will become 0. Square root of 2 square is 4 plus -2 plus 2 is 0. 0 square is 0 itself. Root 4 is equal to 2 here we are getting. What do you think, children? Is it AB plus BC equal to AC or not? So let us write this step completed. AB plus BC. What is our AB? Root 37 plus root 37. Here you don't want to find out the value because it is understood. Their sum will not be equal to 2. How can it be equal to 2? 1 root 37 plus 1 root 37 is 2 root 37 is the sum. So here we can say that AB plus BC not equal to AC. AC is 2. They are not equal. So what do we say? AB plus BC not equal to AC. Therefore, these points are non-collinear and they form an isosceles triangle since two sides AB and BC are same. So, write it in words. Points are non-collinear. They form they form an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle as length of the sides as AB equal to BC. This is how we can prove that these 3 points ABC forms an isosceles triangle. First condition is points are non-collinear, so it can form a triangle, and 2 sides are equal, therefore it is isosceles. Let us discuss fifth question. In a classroom, 4 friends are seated at the points A, B, C and D as shown in figure. I'll show you the figure. This is how it is. In graph you can see the figure. Okay. Here we have the figure at the points A, B, C and D as shown in figure. Chamba and Chameli walks into the class, and after observing for a few minutes, Chamba asks Chameli, "Don't you think ABCD is a square?" By seeing this seating arrangement, she is asking Chameli that, is ABCD a square? Are they sitting in a square form? Yes. Chamba asks Chameli, "Don't you think ABCD is a square?" Chameli disagrees. She is telling no. Using distance formula, find which of them is correct. Chamba or Chameli, we have to find out. Okay, which one is correct? Let us find out by using this figure. How do we find out? First, we have to join AB, BC, CD and DA. Let us find out the distance AB, BC distance, CD distance and AD distance. If they are equal, if all the sides are equal, diagonals are also equal, then we can say that it is a square. Let us find the coordinates of A. What is the coordinate of A here? A is here. From this x-axis it is 3 unit. From this it is 4 unit. So isn't it 3, 4? Units are 3, 4. X3, Y4. Now B. What is this point? It is 6 unit. X and 7 units. So 6, 7. Now comes C. What is this C? 9, 4. Coordinates are 9, 4. 9, 4. And D. It is 6, 1. 6, 1. These are the coordinates. If you want, you can join it. By joining, you will be getting a clue. But better you find out the distance. So let us join it. Here we have AB. Look at BC. They have given in the question to find out using the distance formula. So we have to find out. Otherwise we will be knowing. By seeing the figure you can understand. We can count the number of units also. But the thing is, in question they have asked us to find out the distance. Let us find out the distance. First let us find out AB. Now for getting AB, A coordinate 3, 4, B coordinate it is 6, 7, C it is 9, 4 and D it is 6, 1. We are going to find out each one of this. First let us find out AB. Let us write the formula. Root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square it is. That's equal to square root of x2 6 minus 3 whole square plus 7 minus 4 whole square. This is equal to 6 minus 3 is 3 square plus 7 minus 4 is also 3 square. 3 square is 9 plus 9. It is square root of 18. Square root of 18 we are getting. That is our AB. Now we will find out what is BC. BC also square root of x2 BC. x1 y1 x2 y2. So x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is equal to square root of 9 minus 6 is 3 square plus 4 minus 7 is negative 3 whole square. Becomes square root of 3 square is 9 plus negative 3 whole square is also 9. It is equal to root 18. Let us find out what is CD. What is CD? How to get CD now? CD also using the formula square root of x2 minus x1. 6 minus 9 whole square plus 1 minus 4 whole square. That's equal to square root of 6 minus 9 is negative 3 whole square plus 1 minus 4 again negative 3 whole square equal to square root of 9 plus 9 equal to square root 18. Now let us have our dA. dA is 6 1, A is 3 4. dA x2 minus x1 square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square equal to square root of 3 minus 6 is negative 3 square plus 4 minus 1 is 3 square equal to square root of 9 plus 9 again, that's equal to root 18. Here we have seen AB equal to root 18, BC root 18, CD root 18 and DA also. AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to DA. Given underline, this is one of the important point. Now let us find out its diagonal. Diagonals are AC. Diagonals are AC and BD. AC also we have to find out using the formula A x1 y1 C x2 y2. Okay. So 9 minus 3 whole square plus 4 minus 4 whole square. That's equal to square root of 9 minus 3 is 6 square plus 4 minus 4 0. 6 square is 36. Root 36 equal to 6. It is plus or minus 6 actually. Let us have it as plus or minus 6 or 6 units. Distance it is positive. That's how we will be considering it as positive 6 only. 6 units. Okay. Negative 6 not necessary. AC and BD, here we have to find out what is BD. What is our B point? B is 6 7, B 6 7 and D point 6 1. 6 1. Therefore square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That's equal to square root of 0 plus negative 6 whole square. Negative 6 square is 36. Root 36 is again it is 6 unit. So we have seen that AC is equal to BD. Diagonal is also equal. Therefore we can say that ABCD is a square. ABCD is a square. So who is correct here? Chameli walks into the class. Chamba and Chameli walks into the class and after observing for a few minutes, Chamba is asking to Chameli, don't you think ABCD is a square? So what Chamba says is correct. So ABCD is a square. Chamba is correct. Chamba is correct, not Chameli. Okay, Chamba is correct. Next question, name the type of quadrilateral formed, if any, by the following points and give reason for your answer. So there are different types of quadrilateral children. Just now you have seen Chamba's and Chameli's arguments. So we have seen a square. What is the condition for square? All the four sides are equal and diagonals are equal. Same way, here 4 points are given to us. Let us consider it as A, B, C and D. Find out what is AB, BC, CD, DA and also its diagonals AC and BD. Then you have to come to a conclusion whether ABCD are equal and diagonals also equal, therefore whether it's square or not. In the first case you will be getting a square. It's a very simple question, so you have to do it as a homework. Let us move on to second question. These are the points given to you. Let the points given be. So this is how we have to mark. Let the points given be. Already given to us. Given be. Here A negative 3 5. B 3 1. C 0 3. And D. It is negative 1, negative 4. So let us find out each side first. How to find out the side? using formula. AB is equal to square root of, for the first one we will write the formula x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is equal to square root of AB. So this is our x2, y2. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That is 3 plus 3. Minus of minus will become plus 3 plus 1 plus negative 5. It is negative 4 whole square. This is equal to square root of, what do we get? 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 square is 36 plus 4 4s are 16. It's equal to square root of 52. Add both, we are getting 30, 40, 52. This is equal to 52. So now comes BC. BC equal to, using the formula we can find out square root of B and C. x1, y1, x2, y2. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That's equal to square root of 0 minus 3 is negative 3 itself. Whole square is 9 plus 3 minus 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 square is 4. This is equal to square root of 9 plus 4 is 13. Now BC over, now comes CD. CD equal to root of CD. x1, y1, x2, y2. Negative 1 minus 0 whole square plus negative 4 minus 3 whole square. This is equal to square root of negative 1 square is positive 1 plus negative 7 whole square. 7 sevens are 49. This is equal to root 50 we are getting. Similarly, we have to calculate what is AD also. CD, after that DA. DA or AD, it is the same. So we can find out DA, that is the fourth side. DA is also square root of. D is x1, y1, A x2, y2. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is equal to square root of minus 3 plus 1 whole square plus 5 plus 4 whole square. This is equal to square root of minus 3 plus 1 is negative 2 square. Negative 2 negative 2 positive 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 square is 81. So this is equal to square root of 81 plus 4 is 85. Look at this. AB is root 52. BC, here we have root 13. CD root 50. And DA is equal to root 85. They are not equal at all. There is no such speciality. Therefore, it does not form any of the special quadrilateral. It does not form any special quadrilateral. It is a general or common, general quadrilateral we can say. It's a general quadrilateral. So there is no specialty, sides are not equal. So what to say? Let us see the next question. 4, 5, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1, 2. So let us mark it as the points A, 4, 5, B, 7, 6, C, 4, 3 and D, 1, 2. Okay. So let us find out what is AB now. AB is equal to, use the formula once, square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay. Substitute the values. AB. 7 minus 4 whole square plus 6 minus 5 whole square equal to square root of, here we have the value 7 minus 4 is 3, 3 square is 9, 6 minus 5, 1 square is 1. So what is it equal to? It is root 10. Let it be there. Now comes BC. For BC also use the same formula. BC x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is equal to square root of 4 minus 7 is negative 3 whole square. Negative 3 whole square is 9 plus 3 minus 6 negative 3 whole square again it is 9. So that's equal to square root of 18. Here we have AB, BC. Now comes CD. CD is equal to root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is equal to square root of negative 3 square 9 plus negative 1 square 1 is equal to root 10. So here you can see children, AB and CD it is the same. Now let us see what is DA. Okay, what is DA is equal to square root of DA square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is equal to square root of 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 square is 9 plus 5 minus 2 3 again 3 square is 9. It is root 18. So look at this root 18 and root 18 it is the same. That means both the pair of opposite side equal. So if both the pair of opposite side equal, there are many conditions. Sometimes it may be a rectangle. For rectangle, one more condition should be satisfied. What is that? Opposite side equal and diagonals equal. So we have to check whether diagonals equal or not. So let us check. That is AC is our diagonal. Square root of A is 4 5, C is 4 3. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is equal to square root of 0 plus negative 2 square is 4. Root 4 is 2 here we have. Next is BD. BD is equal to square root of BD. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is equal to square root of negative 6 square. It is 36 plus 2 minus 6 is negative 4 square. 4 4s are 16. This is equal to 52. Root 52. Here AC is not equal to BD and conditions what all things we got. AB is equal to CD here we have. Then BC is equal to AD here we have. Opposite sides equal. Opposite sides are equal. Okay, so how to come to a conclusion? Here since opposite sides are equal, diagonals are not equal, we can say that it is a parallelogram. If this parallelogram is having diagonals equal, then we can say that it is a rectangle. Since diagonals are not equal, it's only a parallelogram. Here ABCD is a parallelogram. This is our conclusion. It's a parallelogram.